Is that what it's called? Glyphosate? Yeah. Okay, because I've heard people for years. That's one of the things that it's one of the things that RFK goes off on with his tangents.
Glyphosate.
Where he's like, glyphosate is even worse than bad pussy.
Did they ever talk about like why his voice is like that? I've always wondered that.
It's known. I forget though.
I don't. It hasn't
I thought
always
he got
been that way,
like throat cancer or something, and it was the aftermath of that. And then we always presumed that the throat cancer was caused by HPV by eating some bad pussy.
Yeah, I think he was rife with HPV.
Yeah, it'll get you.
Spasmodic
dysphonia. Taylor, I'll copy paste this for you.
Well, I guess it would be
copy paste it into Google. I don't know what that
spasmodic
is.
Dysphonia. Yeah. Spasmodic dysphonia. So, but that seems like a descriptor of the symptom of whatever caused it, right? Like that his diaphragm or whatever spasms uncontrollably when he's trying to talk.
It's a chronic neurological voice disorder caused by involuntary spasms of the vocal cords, resulting in a strained, strangled, and breathy voice. It is a lifelong condition affecting the basal ganglia of the brain. While no cure exists, treatments like Botox injections and voice therapy help manage symptoms.
So RFK walk with the DSLs.
He would. He would probably
they don't know how he got it. There could be a genetic predisposition. Sometimes it's tied in with other movement disorders, or an illness could trigger it. But in JFK's, RFK, they don't know how he got it.
We know what got JFK. That was obvious.
Yeah.
His wife put a hit on him for banging Marilyn Monroe.
I found this in a coin roll. Speaking of that, somebody put a fucking X.
Dark.
Oh my god!
And now I hold on to it for luck.
Literally, I'm looking through a coin roll because like sometimes they have silver in them, and I'm like just looking, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what that is. And it took me like 10 minutes to realize, like, oh, okay, well, gonna put that one aside.
Could be worth something someday.
Yeah.
All those Kennedys, not a great luck family other than like the political dynasty. They just get.
Is it a political dynasty? JFK was president for a couple years, and then Bobby Kennedy tried to run for office and like didn't even make it to it. Died running.
Ted Kennedy had a long career.
It's true.
RFK's got something going on now.
And then Ted Kennedy killed that lady, remember? In that river or whatever.
It didn't really hurt his career much.
Anyone could have put her in that.
I bet he wanted to
run.
I bet he'd have been able to run for president more effectively if he hadn't been connected to that dead mistress.
Okay. Yeah. I think you're right.
And then JFK Jr., obviously, Seinfeld guest star, went down in maybe in the Atlantic or something in his own plane.
Yeah, not the best pilot I know.
Yeah, no. I've heard that there were some issues with. Someone tried to explain it once. There was either issues with how his plane was outfitted or how he like navigated or something. I don't remember.
Now there's that Ginger Kennedy, where you can isn't there
boy or girl?
I don't know this guy. He's
his name's Ginger.
His name's not Ginger, but he's a Ginger Kennedy. He's some guy. He may even just be, he's not a senator. He may even just be like a Democrat congressman from somewhere, but he is a Kennedy.
Always insulting redheads off camera. He thinks they're subhuman scum.
I think
they don't feel pain like we do. They're like fish.
That's why he's so good at
We're
MMA.
Actually the next step in genetics. We're one above the average.
Yeah, you're preparing for the dark times when the sun goes away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Preparing for the dark times when the English decide they're coming back. They're coming back across that strait. They're gonna fuck with the Irish again.
Have we talked about Kennedy on the show? Like you with us?
Never.
I know the show's talked about Kennedy, like everybody has, but have we ever had the Kennedy talk with you?
I think it got passively mentioned on the episode that Woody wasn't here for.
I've
like Harley and everyone was on.
Yeah. I remember watching.
I don't think we talked much though. I'd like to. I don't know too much about it.
Did Oliver Stone make the movie, the JFK movie? Is that who made it?
Yes, yeah.
I remember watching
Remember
that.
Your King. Yeah, that's the Oliver Stone movie.
I remember that. Anyone who's never seen JFK, you should watch it. It's a tremendous film, great cast, got our boy Kevin Spacey in there. And I remember at the end of it, there's something.
His boys, Kevin Spacey.
It's got your boy, part of the gang, so to speak. Yeah. We go way back.
Kyle is president of the Kevin Spacey Stan Club.
I like when our boys are like Kevin Spacey, and I don't know who's the fucking guy who didn't kill himself. Epstein.
Oh, Epstein.
He is not our boy. I don't know.
He was just a fun-loving playboy who liked to have a good time.
Jesus.
Is what I've heard. Is what I've heard. I mean, if that wasn't it, then surely that all that information with Ghislaine's list, they would have looked into it, right?
Yeah, that's what the guard at the penitentiary told me. I don't know what else is going on.
That's what the guy who wasn't in prison there, the former cop with his pit bulls and his 22-inch arms, that's what he told you before the cameras went out.
With his magical camera racing capabilities.
At the end of JFK, though, there's a part where, I don't know, there's some text on the screen maybe, and they're like, they give a date in roughly 2020 when they're going to open these files and they'll be available for the public. And then that came, right? Or you're probably like, oh yeah, where's this file? They like pushed it forward again. They pushed it forward again. They're like, nah, we changed our mind.
No shit.
Kick the can down the road. No, I remember my dad looked at me. My dad, I guess, didn't think he'd live to 2020 at the time. He was like, make sure that you look into that. Like back then, I remember it so well. Like 30 years ago, like, make sure you look into that.
I want Wendy to get
even more. And so the JFK files are a whole thing. There's like hundreds of pages of declassified CIA info that you mentioned. My last video about the vampire attacks, part of it actually came from the JFK files. So it's like this book of information, and then what they did is they took stuff like JFK, stuff relating to MLK, Nazi groups in South America, and they released like a few pages and then redacted the rest. And it's like, that'll be another 10, 20 years. Like, all right, so they acknowledge it exists, but they're like, these 40 pages? No. What, 24? When we're all dead, that's when you can look at it.
And then the people alive then will be like, nah. Let's push that. Let's kick that can a little further down the road. I haven't. And
then Kyle tells his son, like, you look out for that whenever that comes around.
Well, I don't know if it's true, but it's right here. Zach wrote it. White House delays the release of secret JFK assassination records, citing COVID-19.
Damn,
that sounds like them.
That's dangerous.
That
you can't be reading that on your phone.
Hey, that's what killed JFK.
I've heard it's a good. I've heard the JFK movie is good and entertaining, but like, I don't even know what their claim is for who did it in the JFK movie, like CIA or something, I guess, based on the redacted thing. But we know for sure that that's not the full story in that movie.
Correct.
Like,
yeah,
if the people out there were powerful enough to kill JFK, they're powerful enough to kill someone trying to tell the story of how JFK was killed. You know. Like they wouldn't allow a movie like that to come out if it was really spilling like state secret beans, you know.
There's a lot of weird stuff with the Cubans and with Oswald. I've never thought the mob stuff was particularly compelling, but the Cuban stuff, the all the CIA stuff with Oswald, and then there's that one guy who's all the Ruby stuff is really weird.
Jack Ruby.
Yeah,
he was in the mob or mob connected, right?
Yeah, he did. Well, he was more of like an enforcer for random stuff, like mob connection, yes, but he wasn't in the mob. He wasn't like a big member or anything.
Yeah, the whole thing's wild. And then that shot that he supposedly made, I don't know.
And then they killed his brother
after firing 3 shots out of a bolt action in like 2 seconds. Like that guy had sleight of hand on up there.
What's hard to do, and like if you've never tried to do it in real, if you've only played video games with scoped guns, like shooting the gun and then chambering a new round and then putting it back up to your ear and getting that sight picture and then kind of getting settled into it, like that. It seems quick, but it's precious seconds that you need if you're trying to shoot a guy driving away from you in a fucking Lincoln or whatever.
Is the claim 3? They say it was 3 bolt action shots.
Yes, 3 bolt action shots out of a 6.5 Carcano rifle. as he was driving away, fired in the time span of a little over 3 seconds, if I remember correctly. So the first shot was a miss. It skipped off the pavement and hit a guy who was walking down the street. The second shot is the magic bullet. That's the one that supposedly, hold up, let me think, I'm JFK. It hit him in the neck, went forward into his arm, down into his thigh, out of the front of his knee, into the seat in front of him, and hit the governor in the back, and was perfectly intact. And then the third, that's why when you watch the Zapruder film, he's holding his neck because he had just been shot in the neck. So he's leaned over holding his neck, and then the third shot was the one through the head. So yeah, 3 shots, like super fast from a bookstore window, several hundred feet back. Just a lot of variables happening at once.
So do you not think that Lee Harvey, like, you think he was maybe framed, or where does he kind of fit into the mix?
So yes, yeah, there's the magic bullet. So yeah, into the back, then the neck, then the arm, then the leg. And then surprisingly was all in one piece. If in court they call it the magic bullet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. they tend to not do that so much.
Bullets do weird stuff. I don't know about all that shit. And then it being pristine at the end is the real weird thing, because they get all warped up and beat up after hitting bones and stuff. And I don't know.
Looks like there were like 6 points of contact in that graphic. Like that would ball up and fuck a bullet up, right?
If it's
like
Full Metal Jacket, it stays pointy. Like
really?
Yeah, it's not going to mushroom back. It's going to stay, and that is Full Metal Jacket. It's going to stay together, but it's going to look worse than that. That would be a real pristine bullet if you found that like out on the sand at a firing range, downrange. If you go downrange at like Knob Creek in Kentucky, millions of rounds have been fired that way. And so if you just go down there, start like kicking dirt, you could just piles of the lead, the projectiles, just every kind you can imagine, like, and you can see that not too many are pristine
unless it what?
I got him.
You guys were so still, I couldn't tell if all of you froze. I'm like, maybe it's me.
No, you're good. You're good now. You're good.
Yeah,
now,
you said unless they wouldn't be, the bullets would not be pristine unless.
Unless you hit sand or something. It was like we would shoot bullets into that rubber stuff they use for landscaping. You can fill a trash can up with that and use that as a bullet stop. You're doing like ammo tests and stuff. You shoot right in, it'll catch the bullet. The bullet's in pretty pristine condition because it's going through soft rubber. But when you hit dirt and rocks and shit, the bullets get mangled. I don't know. Whenever I've hit animals and recovered them, they were mangled too. I don't know about all that. So they call it a magic bullet for a reason. They conspired to kill that guy.